of you. Here we are beginning with the next lecture of our revision series, and today we are revising business restructuring. Business restructuring is a hi-fi name for nothing but your extended part of your capital gain chapter. But surely in the final exam, it comes for 8 marks. Okay. Now, already all the other lectures related to the charitable trust assessment procedure, MAT, section 115 BAC, AMT, all these revision lectures are already uploaded in the playlist of revision lectures. So do watch that. And this is going to cover up three things. One is all your amendments which are relevant for 2023, all exams, CA final and CMA final. Second thing is this will cover up the core concept, which will help your pen to flow. Because if you say explain in detail, then that will become our regular class, right? Like last 4 days, we have been studying appeals and revisions and rectifications and bar or grievances that we have condensed and put into these videos. But of course, your amendments will be covered up, your core concept will be covered up, and on students' insistence, I'm adding on to this is your examples, one or two problems which we are taking. So when I read the problem, you can take screenshot if you are not a part of our challenges community, and if you are already a part of our community where we are sharing these notes with all of you, okay, then you can open those problems you have solved with me in the regular batch in the class, and you can revise from that. Okay, so making my best effort to help you out, to be with all of you before the exam. This is the right time to revise with me. Watch this lecture repeatedly. And again, a disclaimer. In YouTube, I'm telling you, dear students, I'm always being very, very honest with all of you. These revision videos are super good for revision, for doubt clearing. But when it is coming to learning the concepts, you need to take a systematic coaching with a single teacher from the beginning till the end. Okay? I hope I have given you all the correct vision. Let us begin with business restructuring. One thing I want to say that 8 to 10 marks problem in your direct taxation final paper is always MAT. For MAT, as I have given you the add and less comparative list, that's the same way 8 marks weightage is fixed for business restructuring. Now in business restructuring, most of the time, the problems which are, what do you mean by this business restructuring? Business restructuring means whenever there are changes in the formation of the firm. For example, there is amalgamation of two firms. So what will happen? All the assets of the transferor company will become the assets of transferee company. So is there a transfer of asset? Yes. Is this transfer taxable for the transferor company? No, it is exempt. Transferee company, do they have to pay any tax? No. So like that, what are going to be the tax implication in case of merger? In case of demerger, conversion of a proprietorship concern into a private company, or a private company into an LLP, or say slum sale, or in case of liquidation or buyback of shares. So in all these cases, what is the impact? So for this, I'm not going in depth now, but possible I will add the link of my capital gain concepts. Capital gain concepts I have been revising every now and then. So you should know two things at the base level. One is what is the age of the capital asset. When you will call a capital asset at short term based on the holding period 12 months, 24 months, 36. One, that thing. Second thing is what is the taxability of the capital asset. When is it taxed in case of 112A at 10% and short-term capital gain at the 15%. So these two tables should be clear to all of you. Okay. If possible in the Telegram group, I'll click the picture and share the link today itself. So after this, from the link below, if you join, you will get two good, the tables which will help you to remember the age of the asset and the taxability of the capital asset. Chalo, now. So in business restructuring, first of all, let us take up, I told you there are 5-6 different concepts. The first one we are taking up right now is slump sale. What do you mean by slump sale? Slump, lump, Section 50B. It says, I'm instead of selling you all my assets separately, okay, take my land, take my building, take my furniture, take my data. Instead of selling all my assets, liabilities, and all separately, I'm giving you whole of my business. All my assets and liabilities I'm giving to you, say for a lump sum amount of 50 lakhs. Okay. So what is happening? I'm transferring you the asset. Now this scheme of slum sale, section 50B, it is optional. It's a way of calculating, easier way of calculating capital gain. One way out is, ma'am, 50 lakhs you have transferred the asset, no? Now I should split 50 lakh. In 50 lakh, if I have transferred my whole business, how much I have charged from you from plant and machinery ka sale consideration kitna hai? Land ka kitna hai? How much is the sale consideration for my stock, and so on. So I need to bifurcate and then calculate the capital gain with indexation, without indexation, whatever it may be. Other way out is, in slum sale, there is no indexation. Just take the sale consideration lump sum, one single sale consideration, what you have received. That is 50 lakhs. Less, you deduct cost as nothing but the net worth. Now, what is the net worth of the business? Net worth of the business is assets minus the liabilities, which I have given you. From asset side, it is asset minus liability. From this side, net worth is nothing but the share capital, equity and preference, plus reserves and surplus. So, sale consideration minus net worth will give you the capital gain. I think better I share my screen and it will be clear to all of you. Yes. So let us take up the first concept in the business restructuring as the slum sale only. 1 minute. This one note from morning, my regular class, it is giving me trouble to move. Huh? Different form of organizations, amalgamation. Slum sale is of course optional. It is optional. Yeah, here we are. Look at the screen. Can you see? Yeah. No indexation is there. Okay, ma'am, but how do we decide कि slum sale में sale consideration minus net worth is short term or long term? ये कैसे पता चलेगा? So, if whatever assets you have transferred, out of that, if any of the asset transferred is long term, my whole capital gain is long term. Otherwise, it is short term. Are you getting? Now, when I'm saying instead of net worth, take all assets and liabilities, how will you take the assets? There is a rule. For example, in case of land, 1 minute, and this screen is giving a trouble today to move. So you have to take the land and building. Say land and building. Can you see here? You have to take, 1 second. You have to take the land and building. Okay. Land and all without the revaluation. So if there is any revaluation, just ignore it. Okay. Right. So if there is any revaluation, just ignore it. If there are depreciable assets, take WDV. If there are non-depreciable assets, take it at book value, but you ignore the revaluations. And all current assets, current liabilities, and all you take it at book value. And CA certificate is required, right? Okay. Very easy it is. Let us take this problem. For example, here the sale consideration is 25 lakhs. Expenses related to sales is 28,000 and net sale consideration is 24 lakhs 72,000. Okay, this is a slump sale. Now, instead of deducting cost of each asset and calculating separately, I am deducting net worth. Now, when I am deducting the net worth, I am getting long-term capital gain. Now, in the working note, I am showing you how to calculate the net worth. So there's a building in the asset side which is appearing at 12 lakh, but in that 3 lakh you have done revaluation. So you will take it at how much? 9 lakh. Plant and machinery, datas all at book value. Patents, they have taken it at cost 50,000. So patent is intangible asset which is to be depreciated 25%. So always remember, land and all you have to take it at cost, ignoring revaluation. Depreciable assets, you have to take it at WDV, and all bank loan and all. Why I'm taking 70%? Because there are two units. Which unit I have transferred to you? First unit. Usse related whatever are the assets and liabilities. Net assets is 12 lakh 50,000 and net sale consideration is this, and this is the capital gain. Report of a CA is required and this scheme is optional, and there's not going to be any capital gain. Okay, so this is what we have learned about slum sale. Okay, right. I hope this is clear. As I already explained you from my notes, now let us see our workbook which is given to all of you. Here we are. See, they can ask you write a short note on slum sale, and mostly they are giving these kind of the problem. Slum sale means when you are transferring for lump sum, section 50B. Okay, if any of the capital asset is long term, it is long term held for more than 36 months. Otherwise, the capital gain is short term. And net worth is the cost what you have to take. Indexation benefit is not allowed. Net worth, you have to take aggregate value of all the assets and liabilities. Okay, in case of depreciable assets, take WDV. In case of other assets, take book value, ignoring the revaluation reserve. Report of CA is required and this method is optional. Just now I showed you this problem. See, building is 12 lakh, तो 3 lakh minus करके 9 lakh लिए, like this. Patent they have taken at cost, but we should take it at today's WDV. That's all for slum sale. Practice these problems from the scanner also and you will get it. Okay, right. Next, now in this, I want to take up first is everything related to dividend. Dear students, you know 115O section is over now. So there is no concept of CDT and DDT now. CDT, DDT का कोई concept नहीं है. All the dividend received by the company is taxable in the hands of the shareholders. During the year, what they give dividend, that is called as interim dividend. When you receive, it is taxable. Final dividend, after the AGM, when it is declared, it becomes taxable. So obviously for financial year 21-22, dividend is declared in August 22 and received in September 22. It will be taxable in 22-23. In short, indirectly, whenever you receive interim dividend, annual dividend, deemed dividend, all the dividends are taxable in income from other sources. Okay, deemed dividend is assumed dividend. Now here, whenever you receive the dividend, in whatever form you receive, it is taxable. Okay, right? So deemed dividend ka concept kya hai? If the company has earned 100 rupees, they will not give 100 as dividend. 20 they will distribute to the shareholders, and that 20 is called as dividend, which is outrightly distributed. 80 rupees is the accumulated profit or reserves which is flowed back into business. Now these reserves indirectly, in whatever form company is giving to shareholder, does it become assumed or deemed dividend? Yes. Is it taxable in income from other sources? Yes. Are you getting? Company ka profit kitna hai? 100 lakhs. How much dividend they have given to shareholders? 20 lakhs. 80 lakhs they have saved. This 80 lakhs is flowed back into business. But one day the company is going into liquidation. And company is saying to shareholder, okay, against your share capital, take this. Against your reserves, take this. Against your reserves, 80 lakhs, whatever form I give, whether I give you asset or I give you debentures or I give bonus or whatever way these reserves are given to shareholders, it is called as deemed dividend under clause 222A to E, and it becomes taxable in income from other sources. So let us see, this is a very nice concept, right? And let us see in our material. Okay, any distribution by company to the shareholders to the extent of accumulated profits of the company. Accumulated profits of the company में से आप अगर dividend दे रहे हो, whatever form you are giving to shareholders, it is going to be taxable as deemed dividend. But the dialogue should be clear. Company is giving to the shareholders out of accumulated profits any assets, deemed dividend. Distribution to shareholders, debentures दे दो उनको reserves में से, deemed dividend. Distribution of bonus share to preference shareholders, deemed dividend. Distribution out of the reserves to the shareholders on liquidation, deemed dividend. इसका हम problem भी करेंगे, market very important. Any distribution by company to shareholders on account of reduction of the share capital. You know, internal reconstruction schemes are there. Within the company, changes are done, and some of the reserves are given to shareholders, deemed dividend. Or last one is for closely held company or private company giving loan to the shareholder. Which shareholder? Who is having ownership, beneficial ownership of at least 10% voting right, then this loan will be treated as deemed dividend. Once again, private company giving loan to the shareholder out of the accumulated profits. What is it said? Deemed dividend. But ma'am, the shareholder paid the interest, still deemed dividend. Ma'am, shareholder repaid the loan back to the company, still deemed dividend. I hope my speed and explanation is fine. Loan. Suppose the private company or the closely held company is not giving the loan directly to shareholder. They are giving loan to any concern, koi HUF firm, AOP, where the major beneficiary is shareholder. Private company giving loan to a partnership firm. पार्टनरशिप फर्म में मोर देन 20% शेयर तो शेयर का है, तो बेनिफिट किसको जा रहा है? शेयर होल्डर. डीम डिविडेंड फॉर होम? शेयर होल्डर. Private company giving loan to HUF, where you are one of the co-partners and you are also the shareholder, okay, of this company, it is taxable. Okay, now see, these kind of questions are asked in MCQs. Private company giving loan to shareholders out of accumulated profit directly or through any concern or through any third person where the main beneficiary is shareholder, it is treated as deemed dividend in the hands of the shareholders, irrespective of shareholder repaying the loan along with interest. Exception where 222E clause is not applicable if this loan is given in the normal course. Yours is a finance company or a chit fund या ऐसा जहां पे लोन देना तो नॉर्मल है, then this is not a deemed dividend. Or loan is given in form of trade advance. Private company didn't give loan to the shareholder, but they are doing some business transaction and by way of trade advance, business advance, they have given the money to shareholder, then it is not treated as deemed dividend. For this regular class, we have solved all these so many kind of the problems, and when I talk everything about deemed dividend, it should be clear that there is one deduction called as ATM, which is given only in case of companies. Now what is happening? Companies themselves are receiving the dividend and they are giving the dividend to shareholders, तो वो dividend double tax हो रहा है. So the companies, whatever aggregate dividend they have received and whatever dividend they have paid, out of this whichever is lower, for that they can give ATM deduction. From where? Gross total income. First, all the dividend, your regular dividend, interim dividend, deemed dividend, final dividend, सब डिविडेंड टैक्स कर लो, कहां पे? इनकम फ्रॉम अदर सोर्स. Out of that, only in case of companies, any company, domestic company, foreign company, or whatever, dividend is given to the shareholders. Then whatever these companies have received the dividend, including deemed dividend, and whatever they have distributed by due date. What is due date? Due date of submitting the report, that is 30th of September of 2023. So whatever dividend we have paid and whatever dividend we have received, least of the two is allowed to be deducted from the gross total income under section 80M. For this, we have solved various kind of these problems. Like if they have paid interim dividend in September, allowed to be deducted. Final dividend allowed. अगस्त में अगर इन्होंने वापस से नेक्स्ट ईयर का इंटरिम डिविडेंड दिया, डिडक्ट कर लो. But if they give interim dividend on 22/11, this will not be deducted. Are you getting? Cutoff is 30th of September 23. Whatever dividend you have received or whatever dividend you have paid. Let me share my notes and you will be able to check. Did you get this concept? Huh? Interim dividend, final dividend, annual dividend, all is taxable. Yeah, from dividend, if you have done any expenditure, brokerage and all, no deduction is allowed from dividend except interest on loan. If you have taken loan to invest in the share market and you have paid interest on loan, that interest on loan is deductible up to 20% of the dividend. Okay, right? So interest paid on loan which is taken to invest in shares is deductible up to 20% of the dividend. Okay? Check this. No other expenses are allowed. In exam, they'll give you brokerage paid or ये और वो कुछ कुछ आपको देंगे, कुछ भी allowed नहीं है. ये देखो. Like, look at this example on screen. Dividend received is how much? 1 lakh. How much loan you have taken? 1 lakh loan you have taken at the rate of 15%. So interest is how much? Sorry, 10 lakhs loan. Loan taken is 10 lakhs at 15%, and you have invested this 10 lakh rupees in the share market and you have received a dividend of 1 lakh. Now, when you have received a dividend of 1 lakh, how much interest you have paid? 150. Ma'am, this 150 interest paid is related to 1 lakh dividend. Please allow me to deduct everything full. Answer is no. Out of dividend received, 20% of dividend received. How much it is? 20,000 interest is allowed to be deducted. Remaining 80,000 will become taxable. मैम बाकी इंटरेस्ट का क्या होगा? लैप्स हो जाएगा. Take a screenshot or pause the video, write it if you want. Super duper important question for MCQs. Earlier, I have recorded some revision videos with just the concepts. I can teach business restructuring whole concept in 45 minutes and close the video. But many of the students gave me feedback, ma'am, please take some examples also. So I'm doing this. It takes a lot of effort to read the material, to bring you back, and technology is sometimes not that supportive. Still trying to give my best. If this kind of the revision videos are helpful to you, let me know. These notes now, how to give you. These are all regular class notes. वो तो regular batch में रहेंगे. But at least the gist notes, whatever I have made, if possible, I'll make a PDF of this. Even I'll have to learn from someone. I'm using OneNote to write all this. 21 years of teaching experience, but you can say 21 months of technological experience. Okay, is the example clear? From dividend in income from other sources, what is allowed to be deducted? Interest paid. And how much is allowed to be deducted? 20%. Chalo. Now ATM deduction kitna milega? Aggregate of dividend received or dividend paid to shareholders before due date. Look at the screen now. हाँ, ये कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम है, बिजनेस इनकम है, डिविडेंड मिला है और 2-3 कंपनी से, so 55,75,000. Now, how much dividend I have received? 575. How much dividend I have paid? 460. Under section ATM, ATM deduction is only for companies. You can deduct and then pay the tax. Okay. See here, dividend received is 10 lakhs. Okay. If dividend received is 10 lakhs, so as we were discussing, can you see my solved example? Look at the screen now. So here I have received dividend 10 lakhs and I have paid interest 5 lakhs. But how much deduction I can get from dividend received? 20%. What is 20%? 2 lakhs. Are you getting? So what is taxable dividend? 8 lakh. Till here, is it clear? Business income is just printed and given in the problem. Now in ATM, how much dividend have I received? 8 lakh. Don't take 10 lakh because out of 10 lakh, 2 lakhs to interest you have paid, you have deducted. So what is your net dividend received? 8 lakhs. What is dividend paid? Okay, you have paid dividend whatever throughout the year and after the year till due date of filing your return. 1 month before that, that is 30th September, tax audit report submit karne ka time. Till then, how much dividend you have paid? Okay, right. So that is deductible here. Followed or not? In ATM, dividend received is 8 lakhs. Dividend paid is 3,75,000. Whichever is lower is allowed to be deducted. Okay. And this is how you compute the problem for dividend. Like this, we have solved the problems. Right. Now, so this is all about the concept of deemed dividend. And here also I have given you all the kind of dividends are taxable. Deemed dividend, 5 bits, I have told you they are taxable. Okay. Now, how to use it in the concept of liquidation, that we will see. Concept of liquidation and deemed dividend. Yeah, I'll explain it with an example over here. All these answers we have seen. Now, concept of liquidation. What is happening, dear students? Suppose share capital of a company is 50 rupees and say reserves are 10 rupees, 60. This side some assets are there, 60. ये company की balance sheet है. I'm going into the core concept of liquidation and deemed dividend. Deemed dividend, we saw 5 clauses, and what is the third clause? Liquidation. On liquidation, if the company is saying to liquidation, matlab closing of the shares. Now, when the company is going into liquidation, what is the liability of the company? Company is taking back the shares, cancelling, closing the company and transferring assets and cash to shareholders. Company बंद कर रहे, ये लेके जाओ. Against your share capital, take this asset, take the cash. Whatever assets are distributed to the shareholders by the company on the liquidation is exempt for the company. Who says this? Section 46. It is a transfer. Company is transferring its assets to the shareholders on liquidation, but this is exempt. This is exempt. Are you all with me? Yeah. Now, it is not a transfer और company को कोई capital gain pay नहीं करना है, but you'll have to write a note for this. Now come to shareholders. Shareholders, for you, whether you sell your share to third party or whether you give it to company ki cancel karo, it is your right is getting extinguished in the company. Is it a transfer for you, shareholder? Yes. Shareholder should pay tax on liquidation when his shares are getting transferred or cancelled or closed. Yes. Now, shareholder, I am the company, I am saying to you, ये लो. Suppose हम मान लेते हैं कि हमारे पास 10 shareholder है. तो I am saying shareholder 50/10, 5 रुपए capital घर लेके जाओ. Okay. Then I am saying, listen shareholder, total reserves are 10. ये 1 rupee reserves also you take. So I am giving to shareholders total 6 rupees. Shareholder is saying 1 rupee which you have given me out of reserves is like receiving deemed dividend. Clause 222C, go back and read it, and it is going to be taxable in income from other sources. फिर से एक बार, shareholder is saying, though company gave me 6 rupees का asset or cash, 1 rupee what they have given me is my own reserves or undistributed profit, which is taxable in my hands now as deemed dividend. Followed or not? Dividend जो तब दे दिए वो तो ठीक है. Whatever remaining accumulated profit was there with company, now they are saying take this. So when they give you, that is your reserves. So what is the core sale consideration? Only 5 rupees. In the hands of shareholders, whatever comes out of accumulated profit is taxable as deemed dividend income from other sources. And remaining, whatever comes money or assets, out of that deemed dividend is taxable income from other sources. Remaining is sale consideration. Routine capital gain will apply. I have given these notes and we have solved 2-3 good problems. Out of that, any one we can pick up and solve. Let us take up this problem. Okay. Veena has purchased this same problem in Inter is there in the name of Vasumati with little different figures. और एग्जाम में स्कैनर में ऐसे ही प्रॉब्लम्स रिपीट होते हैं with different figures. Okay. So if you get in choice in exam slum sale problem or liquidation problem, you should surely do it. If you know the concept, watch this revision video repeatedly to get the concept and then practice the problems. You will surely get it. Now, Veena purchased 1,000 shares in 2015. This date I will use for indexation. The company is now winded up and the balance sheet is given. Total shares are 6,000. Veena ke paas kitne shares hai? 1,000. So 16 shares. Reserves are 40 lakhs. Provisions are there. Agricultural land and cash. Tax liability is a certain 3 lakh. So from 650, how much cash will go? 3 lakh. वो तो चला गया. To pay what? Tax. But here, how much provision you have made? 250. So 50,000 can I provide out of reserves? Yes. For this regular class, I have made them write journal entry in income tax accounts. After considering refund, now remaining assets were distributed to shareholders. Market value of the 6 acres of the land is 10 lakh per acre, 60 lakhs. So you are getting land as a shareholder 60 lakhs and cash 3.5 lakh. Ma'am, but cash is 6.5. 3 lakh to tax pay करने में चला जाएगा. And after receiving the agricultural land in July 22, Veena sold the land in 2023 for 15 lakh. Aya or Gaya. So whenever I get something out of the company on liquidation, that fair market value is the sale consideration. When I sell it, this fair market value will become the cost. Followed? Huh? This we have seen in the joint development of the property also. That my land and your construction, we make flats. Whatever flats you give me at fair market value, that is the cost of the land. And when I sell those flats, that FMV will become the cost. Okay. So take a screenshot of this problem number 28. And now here we go to our notebook where we have solved problem number 28. अच्छा problem है ये. इसको साथ में करते हैं. Yeah, see. Agricultural land is 60 lakhs, 1/6 is given to Veena. Cash is 350, 1/6 is given to Veena. So Veena got how much? 10 lakh 58,333. But at that time, the reserves were 40 lakhs. Out of that, 50,000 went for the shortfall of provision for taxation. So 39 lakh 50,000 into 1/6. 39 lakh 50,000 into 1/6. Why 1/6? because my total reserves are 39,50,000 for 6,000 shares. Out of that वीना के पास 1,000 shares है, तो उसको दे दो. So now Veena company has given you 10,58,000 change, but out of that 658 has come as reserves deemed dividend under section 2 clause 22 subclause C, which is taxable in income from other sources. So what has come in the form of sale consideration? 4 lakhs. And indexation, you all know, 14-15 you purchase the share for 240, 20 to 23 it is 331. CII rates will be given to you. 240 has become, what was available in 240 has become 331. So what is available for 1,20,000? Question mark. So 120 into 331 divided by 240, you're getting index cost and long-term capital. Ma'am, you said that there is no indexation in transfer of shares. Which shares? Listed shares in which STT start. This is a private company. So bilkul index hoga. Up. Agricultural land is sold for 15 lakhs in March 23 and you got it for 10 lakhs. So short-term capital gain and other source may deem dividend. This is the total income. Super duper easy, provided first you understand the concept of dividend. Second, you understand how much deduction you get from dividend, 20% interest, ATM ka deduction, फिर deemed dividend के concept and liquidation. So like this in regular class, we have solved 3 to 4 all the good levels of the problems. Yeah. This concept is also very nice. Whenever there is amalgamation, demerger, conversion of private company into LLP, and if it is in between the year, then depreciation is charged as per the block of asset method. Opening plus purchase. If you use the asset for more than 180 days, full year's depreciation. Less than 180 days, half. On sale value, no depreciation. In income tax, after deducting sale value, what is the balance? On that only you charge the depreciation. But after charging depreciation, if the asset is used by Sun Limited for 167 days, they will bear the depreciation. For Moon, they will bear. Are you getting? I want to repeat, whatever may be the business restructuring concept, for depreciation, charge the depreciation as per block of asset method for the whole year and then split the depreciation based on number of days it is used by transferor company and remaining days by transferee company. Now suppose here there is an amalgamation, I mean say merger of Sun into Moon on 30/11. ऐसे एक example, and I have purchased a new asset in February 23. So only the new company will bear the depreciation. So like this, you should know that depreciation is splitted into transferor company and transferee company based on number of days. So for this, we have done lot. Now let us see next concept in business restructuring. How many concepts are over? 3. What are the 3 concepts? Slum sale, dividend, all, and liquidation. Now, amalgamation. Amalgamation or absorption. If Star and Moon Limited are merging into new company, Star Moon Limited, or Star Limited, existing company, is completely absorbed and closed by Moon Limited. Now, in this conditions, if they are satisfied, then even though all the assets are transferred by Star and Moon to as Star Moon Limited, there is no capital gain. Followed? Ma'am, shareholder ka kya hoga? I am the shareholder of Star. I have to surrender the shares of Star, and now I am the shareholder of Star and Moon. So there is no capital gain on transfer of assets by transferor company, that is amalgamating company, to transferee company, that is amalgamated company. Ye dekho. All the assets and liabilities should be transferred. 75% of shareholders should agree. Transferor company, sorry, transferee company should be Indian company. Then amalgamating company, transferor company, अमलगमेटेड कंपनी, ट्रांसफरी कंपनी, कोई टैक्स पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, राइट. या, all the transfer by Star and Moon is exempt. Shareholders of the Star Limited will get the new shares of the Moon Limited in the ratio given one and all. Yeah. So suppose if I have purchased the shares of Star in 1415, but my company got absorbed in SM Limited in 1819, and now in 20 to 23 I have sold the shares of SM Limited. Tab, what would be the cost of the shares of new company, cost of the Star Limited? Are you all with me here? Yes. Holding period will start from 1415. Indexation, some of the books are saying it will start from 1415, but it's not right. SM Limited के shares born ही कब हुए हैं? 1819. तो cost old से, holding period old से, indexation from day that conversion took place. And you know, all the business losses you can carry forward for fresh 8 years. There was a business loss with Star Limited and 3 years are over. So it's not remaining 5 years. Fresh 8 years you can carry forward the business loss. Unabsorbed depreciation you can carry forward for indefinite period. पुराने कंपनी का business loss यहाँ पे carry forward मिल रहा है. But you have to satisfy certain conditions. 3/4 of the set that conditions I will read from our material. ठीक है? Very simple questions are asked. See, this is an 8 marks question from scanner. If you check the scanner, in transfer, no capital gain will be liable and all. Huh. But when you sell the shares of SM Limited, you have to pay the capital gain and routine indexation will be there. Okay. This is a demerger problem. But pehle, before this, let us go to our material and check it here. Yeah. Right from the beginning. In case of amalgamation, how it is done. Penalties कहाँ से खुल गया? Keep little patience, dear students, as I use this technology. Logy, I call it technology. Chalo. Yeah. What are the conditions to be satisfied? Huh? All the losses they will allow you to carry forward if the transferor company is engaged in the business for 3 years or more. 3/4 of the book value of assets are held for more than 2 years. For 5 years, okay, you will hold all these assets and the business should be continued for 5 years. 50% of installed capacity of plant and machinery. Just give it a reading and in brief, if you remember, it is okay. See, these kind of bit by bit questions are asked. In amalgamation, what is the liability of Ram and Shyam? Nothing. Transfer of all the assets in case of amalgamation exempt. What are conditions? Just now I gave you. What is capital gain of Ghanshyam? He is one shareholder. He was earlier a shareholder of Ram. Now it is merged into Shyam. So will he have to pay any capital gain on getting the new shares? No. But when he transfers the shares of Shyam, does he have to pay the capital gain? Yes. Can he go for any tax saving? Yes, he can go for 54F, 54EE. Tax saving schemes are there, no? Like that. Demerger. Demerger में क्या होगा? You are transferring the part of the asset. So what will be the cost of the shares in the new company? New company is called as resulting company. Old company is called as the demerged company. Now, cost of the shares of the resulting company. So what were your original shares? Original shares in say A company. अब A का एक यूनिट अलग हो गया, स्प्लिट हो गया. मेरे पास A कंपनी के शेयर्स थे. Here M and N unit was there. अब N unit अलग हो गया. So now I had total say 10,000 rupees shares and the worth of a company. You know what is worth of a company? Assets minus liabilities. Net worth of the company was, say, 10 lakhs. But out of that, N Limited's net worth, net assets is how much? 4 lakh. So 4 lakh has gone. Bye bye. So in 10 lakh, cost of the my shares which I had acquired as a shareholder was 10,000. So 4 lakh. Make it now. I'm just taking some easy figures, but there's simple cross multiplication, no formula if you apply this logic. So now what are my shares in the demerged company? Original shares कितने थे? 10,000. Resulting company के shares कितने चले गए? 4,000. तो am I still the shareholder of A Limited also? Yes. And A Limited का ही एक part N Limited has separated. So now I have 4,000 shares of N Limited new company and 6,000 shares in the original company. Now, indexation benefit will be available in which the shares were acquired. New company को जो मिलेगा आपको. Okay? Right. So see, like this, I was a shareholder here, 600 shares थे मेरे पास, but अब Y company चले गए, तो how much I will get and all. So these are like routine problems. Okay. Now, holding period कहाँ से शुरू होगा? पहले से. Indexation benefit will be available from the year in which shares in the demerged original company. Okay. For the resulting company also. And demerged company also, the indexation will be available from the year in which original shares in the demerged company. So this time everything from the original. Holding period from the original. Even for the demerged company or the resulting company, indexation will be available from the year in which shares in the demerged company were acquired by the SSE. Demerged, पुराने कंपनी में आपने जब से shares लिए हैं तब से. Okay, right? So like this, 1 second, if I can share and show you the problem. These are very simple concepts, dear students, and most important is the first half, which I already completed. Your slum sale, your liquidation, solve the problems. Dividend surely will come in MCQ because now CDT, DDT concept is not there. If you feel these kind of revision videos are helpful, upcoming next is charitable trust, your appeals and revisions also, 2-3 very important problems of appeals and revisions and all I will surely solve. So you can save the link of the playlist. All the videos will be added here. And if you feel it is helpful, do share it with your friends also. See, ये देखो. X Limited, I am the original shareholder. Now one company splitted, Y Limited, resulting company. So Y Limited, नई company का net assets they have taken. Okay, 4,85,000 and 100 rupees per share. So 4,850 shares they have issued. Now I had 600 shares in the original company which I had acquired for 90,000. Are you getting? मेरे पास कितने शेयर्स थे ओरिजिनल कंपनी के? 600 शेयर्स थे, 90,000. Net worth of original company was 10 lakh. How much is the net worth of bye-bye company, resulting company? 485. In 10 lakh, my share value was 90,000. This I call it as original company. Now in resulting company, 4,85,000 is the net worth. 485 कहाँ से मिला, dear students? 485 you are getting from here. From the balance sheet, net assets. ये रहा. If I scroll up here, can you see land building net assets? So there's no formula. 90,000 shares I had, value shares I had in original company for 10 lakh rupees. 4,85,000 is the net worth of the new company. So what is my cost of the shares in the new company? 43,650. Now, original shares I had for 90,000. 43,650 shares I had in the new company. So, abhi bhi I have in original company 46,350 rupees के share. And now this 46,350 shares are 600 shares. Out of that, part of the shares I sell, I can calculate the capital gain. This is there in your study material. You can check it. Okay. Will you be able to do it? Bit by bit answer. If you write, you will get very nice marks. Now, conversion of private company into LLP and all. If some conditions are satisfied, these are the problems. I think that those conditions better I can teach you from my material. आ जाओ, ये देखो. Demerge company and amalgamation is clear. Pause the video. Go and solve this problem. Now, screenshot ले लो, लेना है तो. Study material problem it is. And then again continue watching the video. अच्छा, एक important part I think I have missed here. Yeah, carry forward of all the losses. You know, please remember it. All the losses can be carried forward for fresh 8 years. Amalgamation, absorption, conversion. Only in case of demerger, the losses can be carried forward by the demerged company only for the balance years. So if 3 years are over and then I have split one of my company, the demerged company or the resulting company can carry forward the loss only for the remaining 5 years. Is it clear? Yeah. But ma'am, ये losses किसको carry forward करने मिलेगा? Resulting company or the demerged company. For that, this is a very nice problem number 5. And I want to 2 minutes. I'll go to the notebook and discuss with all of you if I can see my problem number 5 and it will be clear. बहुत अच्छा problem है. Splitting of the losses. Yeah, here it is. देखो. If there are losses related to resulting company, you know what is resulting company? Split होके जो नई company बनाई है. Then carry forward the loss for remaining years, business loss, resulting company. Unabsorbed depreciation, indefinite period. But when the losses are directly related to new undertaking, 130 lakhs and 250 lakhs, तो ये कौन carry forward करेगा? New undertaking, जो resulting company बनी है, say 3 years are over, then for remaining 5 years. But suppose these losses are not necessarily related to resulting company. ये ना company के overall losses हैं. And now the companies have split. Then both the companies, the demerged company, original company, and the resulting company will share these losses. How they will share these losses? Business loss, say 130 lakhs. Okay, right? Then how much percentage? 70% I am having ownership and capital. So it will be with me, demerged company. 30% I have split into new company, resulting company. तो 30% लॉस उनको कैरी फॉरवर्ड करने दो. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? If you know that no ma'am, this loss is related to that resulting वाला company. हमारे पास 2 यूनिट थे, X और Y, और ये ना XY वाला ही है. This is related to Y. उसी को दे दो पूरा. If it is common, split it. But please remember, only in case of demerger, business losses of demerged company can be carried forward. If you want, write it as note by the which company? Resulting company for remaining period. Rest all, amalgamation, partnership, conversion of a private company, if conditions are satisfied, fresh 8 years they can carry forward losses. Now let us see what are the conditions for the private company and all which should be satisfied. Yeah, for there are some business head expenditure which are allowed 1/5 every year, like the merger expenses, preliminary expenses, 35D VRS. So remaining years will be allowed to the new company also. Okay, right. Slum sale हमने already कर लिया. Conversion of a partnership firm into company. All the partners are becoming the directors. And whatever are the reserves of the company, as it will become the reserve of the company. No partners will take any benefit. So If all the conditions are satisfied, then the transfer is exempt. All the assets and liabilities are taken over. All the partners of firm before succession become the shareholders. Partners of firm do not receive any benefit कि चलो ये reserve घर लेके जाओ. No. An aggregate of the shareholding in company of the partners should not be less than 50% for 5 years. You know, those partners who have made the company, after that they can issue the shares and get more shareholder, but more than 50% of the shareholding should be with these partners for the first 5 years put together. Yeah. Transfer must take place as a result of succession of firm into company. All assets and liabilities are transferred. All partners will become shareholder in the ratio of their capital. Whole consideration के बदले आपको क्या मिल रहा है? You are giving your capital of partnership to the company. Company में आपको क्या मिल रहे हैं? Shares. Partners must hold at least 50% of the voting power, and lock-in period are of 5 years. Ma'am, but if within 5 years all the old partners leave, or if they transfer asset and all, what will happen? If the withdrawal, if there is any condition broken, then this exemption will be withdrawn. Whatever assets are transferred by partnership firm to company, all the tax is liable to paid by successor company. Ma'am, but ये मेरा tax नहीं है, ये तो partnership firm का tax था. They transferred, no, and they should pay, but partnership firm is तो closed. So 5 years तक you should have not transferred the asset. Partner should not have left. If after 3 years all the old partners leave, then whatever was the transfer of asset by the partnership firm to the company at the market value, that capital gain has to be paid by this company. Clear, right? Okay. Depreciation, splitting and all related to this, we have done nice problems. Carry forward of losses for fresh 8 years, same. I am expecting a theory question on this. Anyone writing with the 2022 syllabus, message below. I'll make a separate video. Model question papers are also there. How is going to be the pattern for 2022 syllabus CMA final exam? And one major change is for CA students and old CMA students, international taxation is for 30 marks. But for in the new syllabus, it is there for 40 marks. So paper pattern and all I will discuss. Okay. Yeah. Conversion, last one now. Conversion of a private company or unlisted company into LLP. All the assets and liabilities should be transferred. All shareholders of company before the conversion become, समझ में आ रहा है आपको? Private company जो defunct company होती है ना, they are converted into LLP. So all the shareholders will become partners. One of them will be designated partners. They will not receive any benefit. मतलब जो company का reserves है ना, that will be intact with LLP. They will not distribute it. Aggregate PSR of the shareholders shall not be less than 50% for 5 years. Mark it very, very important for MCQs. Take a screenshot and remember these terms and conditions. Provided turnover of the last 3 years in which conversion does not exceed 60 lakhs, then only you will get this transfer exemption benefit. Total value of the assets appearing in the company in the 3 preceding years in which conversion took place. The company के assets 5 crore से ज़्यादा नहीं होना है. Company का turnover last 3 years में 60 lakh से ज़्यादा नहीं होना है. Then only this conversion of a private company into LLP is exempt. And no amount is paid to any partners on the date of conversion and thereafter also for 3 years. If this is withdrawn, then everything will become taxable in the hands of the successor LLP. Yeah, even the shareholders who were the shareholders of the private company and now it is converted into LLP, but now even the shareholder share is transferred, so even they will have to pay the tax. So if this is conditions are broken, how that is taxed? For this we have taken up this 12th problem. And CII rates will be given. Deemed dividend is a very nice concept I have discussed now. ATM deduction I have completed. Liquidation ho gaya. एक 5 minutes and the video will be over. Super duper important is your buyback concept. Buyback is a collar-type position of the company. Companies are purchasing their own shares from the market and cancelling. Is this taxable in the hands of the shareholder? Yes. Shareholder बोल रहे हैं whether I share to sell my shares to my friend in the secondary market or whether I sell to company. For me, तो it is transfer, taxable. But in case of buyback of shares, because under section 115 QA, companies are liable to pay tax. Buyback of shares is a transfer, but it is exempt in the hands of the shareholders under section 1034A, because company is paying 20% tax, 12% surcharge on tax, and on tax plus surcharge 4% he says, that is 23.296. I don't know, as a student, as a teacher, I cannot remember 23.29. मैंने आपको MMR रेट भी एक वीडियो में बताया कि कैसे याद रखना है. तो pick up your calculators. 20% tax into 112% surcharge, जो भी फिगर आ रहा है tax plus surcharge, पूरे पे he says. Who is paying this tax? Company. Not on the wholesale consideration of buyback of shares. Say buyback of shares is 180. I have issued these shares of 100 at premium 120. So how much is actually the distributed income for the shareholder? 60. So 60 pay, 23.296% tax is paid by company. Which company, ma'am? कोई भी Indian company, domestic company, listed, unlisted, and hence buyback of shares is completely exempt in the hands of shareholders. Clear to all of you? Right. Now this tax has to be paid within 14 days from the date of payment of consideration to shareholders. जिस दिन shareholders से shares खरीदे, within 14 days you have to pay this tax to government out of my pocket. If not, from 15th day, 1% interest per month will start. जैसे 234 ABC calculate करते हैं ना. So from 15th day, 100 and QB is saying 1% interest will start. And this is a very nice problem. Huh? See, the day you pay to shareholder, within 14 days, you have to pay the tax to government. If not, 15 days se interest shuru ho jayega. I have worked out this problem, and as I promised, this is not only revision video. This is revision video with some problems. Let me see. Buyback bhi maine kiya hoga, solve. It's a huge chapter, no? So I have to search. काफी सारे प्रॉब्लम्स हमने किए थे. Buyback along with interest. Team dividend. Yeah, here it is. Look at the screen. Buyback of shares. Section 115 QA, QB, QC. If buyback of shares is 18 lakhs, you have purchased back shares. But when you were issued, 10 lakh was face value, 1 lakh was premium. You issued at 11 lakh. 7 lakhs is distributed income. On 7 lakh, 23.296% tax I should pay to government. Okay, right. Now, if I am not paying this to government, of course, I have to pay it. I purchased, so within 14 days, I have to pay it. If I don't pay, then 1% interest I have to pay per month or part of the month. Ma'am, I was late by 2 months and 3 days. So interest will be charged for 3 months. Part of the month also late, interest is charged. I had to pay on 1st September. I paid on 7/11. So September late, October late, November only 7 days late, ma'am. Still 3 months interest you have to pay. Super problem with all the concepts. I don't believe in, doing the problems after problems after problems. But what you do, if you repeat again and again, you get it. So these revision videos are super duper helpful for concept clarity, for revision one day before exam, and Today is Friday. So many of you have opted for the chapter wise exam. It's a quality good 1.5 paper covering up MCQs for business restructuring, your case studies, your theory questions, choice, everything. Because in the 3 hours, even if you know the whole paper, you need to know to choose also properly. So with all this exam is there, prepare super well. And those who want to see how these courses we are teaching in the regular batch for the upcoming July and all the exams, below this video is the link of our app. Download the app. If you don't need full coaching, there is a crash course. If you don't need any coaching, just at a very reasonable rate to help you all students, I have made videos for international taxation. Just go for international taxation and make sure you cover up your 30 marks super well. See, I always say when you are in final, no, you are already at a class. How raw you were when you have studied foundation. Yes, and then you made a super base in your inter. जो इनकम टैक्स वहां पढ़ा वही तो हम आगे पढ़ रहे हैं आज. कैपिटल गेन हम नहीं पढ़ाया आपको. हाँ, टुडे इज द 11th डे ऑफ कैपिटल गेन रेगुलर बैच 2 hours डेली क्लास फॉर इंटर. तो बहुत डिटेल में अच्छे से इंटर में आपने पढ़ा है, तो फाइनल में यू विल बी एबल टू डू इट. एंड कॉस्टिंग अच्छे से पढ़ा है, एससीएम अच्छा हो जाएगा. अकाउंट्स इफ यू हैव डन सीएफआर. एंड सो मेनी ऑफ यू लिसनिंग नाउ और वाचिंग दिस वीडियो have already cleared other group. So you're just months away from your degree. So no question of giving up. Give up everything else and enjoy your studies. Take quality good breaks. Watch these revision videos. But disclaimer, I'm saying I don't want to, even I didn't record, any of those videos. Exam के बाद वो क्या videos बना रहे हैं कि paper कैसा था and all. No, once the exam is over, you should not discuss it with your friends or your teachers. The moment you're putting all your zip in your compass box में आप पूरा stationery डाल रहे हो, the mindset is my next exam. If this control you can have, no, you're surely a quality good professional student and you will pass out and achieve your professional degree with a very good score. Okay, that's all from my side. If you feel these many efforts are helpful on a weekend where I have other targets also, but I thought to make it for all of you, comment below what more you need, let me know, and do share it with 5 of your friends. I want this quality good knowledge to reach across India. Small concept, watch my 1 minute video, buy bags, slum sale, this, that, anytime. Sometimes you are traveling, books नहीं है साथ में, तो headphones डालो, videos सुनते रहो, revision videos, and you will see an awesome difference in your speed in the exam. Dear students, last thing I'm telling you, so many students tell me, ma'am, I got 56 in taxation because I attempted 90 marks paper. Had I attempted 100 mark ना मुझे मिल जाते. तो वो speed बढ़ाने के लिए repetition करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? Thank you so much for watching the video till end. Bye bye all of you. All the best. Look out for these playlists for next revision videos. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to take live sessions to discuss the model papers and MTPs, top 50 questions, MCQs all in the month next month.